What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the ball. It's been a while, especially for a collection update. Um, so the last couple months, in case you didn't see, just started a new um, idea of just showing films that need to get an upgrade. So it's called Upgrade Me. If you missed it, check it out. The first couple episodes are Asian horror films. So hopefully you enjoy that. If you saw it, if you haven't, check it out. Hope you all are doing well. Have to do this update up here in the living room because normally I do it down in our either nightmare video or our museum. But unfortunately, we've had some house issues recently, and had to bring it up here. Luckily, very grateful for this aspect of it. Nothing collection-wise was ruined or anything. So grateful for that, but unfortunately, had to take care of some stuff, which of course takes away from the ability to get new stuff. But this is over the last, I don't know, I think it's been like 6 months, 5 months since done a collection update. So you'll definitely see some stuff in here that a lot of you guys have shown a long time ago. But as always with our collection, there'll be plenty of other unique surprises and rarities here. So nice to see you all. I do want to say before I get started officially, RIP to Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away yesterday, being a lifelong metalhead, of course. He's the king of such, and so
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness seemed like a legitimately, considering his status and everything, from like accounts of friends and stuff like that, he seemed like a legitimately cool, sweet, polite, honest, sincere guy. So Chars, RIP to the great Ozzy Osbourne. So and we have Hetty Topper, of course. Chars. Better half is with me here off camera. So being upstairs here, we're gonna have potential for cat accidents. So just so you know. But anyway, I want to get right to it. I don't want to spend forever doing this. So I'm gonna be as quick as possible. Any of you who watch me regularly are probably smirking and rolling your eyes because I can never keep my mouth shut when talking about horror films. But anyway, we'll get right to it. Unfortunately, no vinyl. Not because there aren't stuff to get, but we just, only able to. But I do have one tape, thanks to, sorry for the glare ahead of time, I'm right in front of a window here. I saw the TV glows given to me by my lovely daughter for Father's Day gift, so super cool. If you watch my awards show, you know how I feel about this film. I believe it won Best Indie, Best Director that year. What was that, last year? So last year seems so long ago, doesn't it? With everything that's going on in the world right now. But anyway, super cool. Adore this film, so profound. And thank you to my daughter for that. Right from the A24 shop, which is super cool. I love that they put out physical media releases. They have the Bring Me Back 4K Blu-ray on there right now. One of my favorites of the year, so I gotta order that. Cool thing is, we'll do the box sets first. A lot of potential box sets at release of the year here in this pile. This one, it's cool that this will be one thing that maybe some of you haven't seen yet, as we just got this. So cool that my first showing here is a very brand new pre-order. From Severn, High Tension, 4 films by Lamberto Bava. I haven't seen any of these, so you guys know how I feel about Italian horror. Incredible. I'll quickly show these in case you haven't picked this up yet. Prince of Terror. Man, sorry for the glare. You got Eyewitness. Super excited for that. That has Barbecue Peasty in it from Stage Fright. School of Fear. That has Daria Nicolodi. So a couple of these I'm definitely going to save for October. And The Man Who Wouldn't Die. These are, again, much like he did before with a series that was supposed to air on Italian television. Once they saw how gory or whatever, fucked up they were, like, no, we can't show this. So cool to get that. And I did pick up the Lamberto Bava Hall of Fame enamel pin here with the demon mask that Severn puts out. It's definitely a lot of those other ones I need to grab. They did a Rosabelle and Neri one, which I definitely want to get. House of Psychotic Women, another amazing release from Severn. These days with Severn, there's a lot of stuff, especially now they're starting to put out a lot of action films and stuff, which a lot of labels are doing, which is fine, but we only collect horror, so, but man, when I do get something from Severn, it's usually amazing box sets like this or something. So it's usually a knockout, like release of the year type thing. Spider Labyrinth, for example. House of Psychotic Women Volume 2. I love how they do with the art with this, like they did with the first one. Butterfly Kiss, Morgiana, Savage Eye, and the Glass Ceiling. I won't take these out. Morgiana, I adore that film. Actually I already have a very nice Blu-ray of that. The big one for this for me is the Glass Ceiling. Brilliant Spanish film. A friend of mine a long time ago sent me a bootleg like copy of it and blew me away. Great film. So if you haven't seen that film, which is very possible since this is like its first real physical release, it's honestly worth the set just for that. I wish I could have bought it separate, but since I already had Morgiana. But anyway, amazing set. Next up from the Great Eureka, the Dr. Mabuse films. Mabuse Lives. These are the films from 60 to 64. Love the packaging. German films, kind of thriller, horror, crime, kind of all mixed in one. So definitely fit okay for your horror genre to me, for your horror collection. Try to get this out. So you have, this is the only film that I'd seen, the Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse, but all the other ones I believe were new to me. Testament, and then you get reverse art, but in total you have 6 films, so super cool. So I only owned that one, and then I might have had another one on like a multi-pack or something, but booklet as well. So great. I love Eureka. Definitely, I think one of the more underrated labels out there. They do a great job with box sets. So again, I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. Again, Charles, it's really great to see you all. Please comment. Please tell me how you're doing, what you picked up. Like and subscribe if you're new. Check out the Upgrade Me videos that I have on the channel. What a set. Look at this. Terrifier from Umbrella Films, which are really becoming a, I don't know, I would say probably one of the leaders of like just putting out insane deluxe editions. Not just for like multiple films, but single films, as you'll see here. I'll quickly take these out because it's too nice, and I don't know if I've seen anyone show this in their other updates. Sure, I know there's going to be another Terrifier film, which will suck because then they'll probably put out another box set with the 4 films, although I'm not particularly convinced that they'll only do one more. I think it's become way too lucrative of a franchise, but we'll see. Nonetheless, no regret in this set. It's beautiful. There's great art cards. It's a great actress there. I'll show all these.
Art cards. I see what you did there.
Yep, get it? You're on to me. But yeah, so the 3 films, 3 films so far, and they are, I believe, they are all 4K. So I'll start with the first one quickly because they do have great slip covers. You can see that glossy. Quickly show you because I believe there's different artwork underneath. Yes, I'll just do that. So I'm pretty sure this set is still available. So if you are a big I know there's a lot of great releases for these films out there, steel books and all that. But I think to me this is the best release of like all of them together. I already had 2 of these by themselves. Well, I actually had all of these by themselves, but not in 4K. And I love this slipcover and this artwork. You see the Santa. Big fan of all 3 films. I know there was a segment of people that didn't like part 3. I loved it. That was great Christmas horror. 2 is probably my favorite, probably only because it took place on Halloween. This great hardbound book. Lots of behind the scenes stuff. Really big book. There you go. So anyway, if you are a big Terrifier fan, you don't have them all, and you kind of want a sexy edition, definitely recommend that one. Let me get those all back in there. I was offset like a trainer in hockey, get my sticks ready for the next shift. All right, another great release on kind of like that German Krimi style, Terror in the Fog, the Wallace Krimi collection. So again, these are work very well with the Dr. Mabuse films. Again, they're kind of part crime, part thriller, part horror. So subgenre. I like this. I like how the artwork. It's just artwork. They didn't put the titles on there. So beautiful set. Again, it will be much quicker once I get out of these box sets. There's a booklet. And much like the other set, I think the only one that I had seen before was The Strangler of Blackmore Castle. I've watched most of these. There is one I'm kind of disappointed they included because There is an uncomfortably racist character, racist in that Asian character, and they literally
Yeah,
like-
don't do it.
I won't
Someone
do
can
it.
screenshot
do
that.
it. They literally mess with the eyes and it's like a major character in the film. So I would have preferred if Eureka just didn't bother including that film. I don't know. It was pretty bad. So anyway, that's my long gripe on that wonderful set. Another one by Umbrella, amazing Thai horror collection. You guys, if you know me well, you know I love Asian horror, and this is a beautiful set. Love the artwork. I won't take this off, but you get Dorm, Alone, Phobia, Phobia 2, The Promise, Countdown, La La Land, and Coming Soon. I'd only owned Dorm and Alone on DVD, like the old school, like Tarn Asian Extreme editions. Love those two films. Love Alone in particular, and then the rest were like new to me. So super cool, amazing set. Must have another thick booklet in here, some cards. If you love Asian horror, it's set so worth it. 6 films, amazing set. All right, so that's it for the multiple film box sets. We'll get to the singles. Allison's Birthday. I don't know if you guys will like this. This was part of the Severin folk horror package. I love this film so much. I needed it on its own. So yeah, I know we're neurotic and ridiculous, but I love this film so much. We needed it by itself. Awesome Oz horror. I do wish they would have went with I think the UK artwork, which had or the Australian artwork. It had like a goat, satanic goat type artwork. I think it was the UK VHS, but anyway, I'm assuming they didn't get the rights for it because Severin's usually great with that, and they could have done that as a reverse art. I don't need to show this. You all have it. You all love it. The Beyond 4K. You've seen how awesome it is. We haven't watched this yet, so the 4K, of course. Obviously, we adore the film, but one of those films that we have tons of editions of. But again, I won't open that up. You guys, again, either have it or see it. Bird Eater. This is from Umbrella, and I believe this is a Aussie film from last year. But I couldn't include it in my awards because it literally was like released mid-December, and by the time I got it from Australia, it was like early January. So but I haven't even watched it yet. That's probably why. But it's supposed to be a really cool, fucked up film. If you've seen that one, let me know. I guess I'm in no hurry now to watch it because I can't consider it for this year, so there's no rush to anymore. Again, Umbrella, as you can see, is dominate this update. Black Death. Love that they've Umbrella in particular has given Christopher Smith his first 4 horror films this great deluxe edition. Love. Shelley and I love this film, and we did watch. We had that awesome old magnet DVD which has the shiny cool slipcover, which we'll keep because of that. But look at this beautiful edition. Sean Bean, right? Big fans of him. I think he's known because he always dies in whatever he does.
Spoiler.
If you haven't seen Black Death by now, fuck you. This is
And
a
it's Sean Bean,
15-year-old
so you know
movie.
he dies.
So amazing release, so cool. I love what they did with the art. I'll put that back. It's not gonna waste time. You guys watching me mess with boxes. Super fun. Charles, everybody. Nice to see you. Awesome media book that I didn't really hear about that was coming out. I think this is a German release, or maybe even actually I think it's Italian. Cinepoint is the label. A new label, Black Ribbon of Deborah. This is a 70s Italian, obviously, giallo that I've never seen before, so you guys know that's super exciting. So anytime all of us who are big giallo files, it's a big deal when you have, a giallo that you haven't seen before. It's huge, so that'll be exciting. This one's from this year, Bloody Axe Wound. I really like that cover. This was cool. I thought it was cool, clever indie film. Highly recommended. I will say this guy's, great title. You guys know I tout myself as one of the most in tune people of modern horror, and I will say this has definitely been the worst as in number of films out since I started, maybe the second year. As you all know, though, the second half of the year is generally way more prolific, but we'll see. Nothing in this world normal anymore, so hopefully it might affect the horror output, but again, I'm not going to give up hope. Nonetheless, there'll be plenty of films to do my annual award show, of course. Bone Sickness by Brian Pollan. Great kind of low budget gore auteur from back in the day. So this is, I believe this is his first film. So super cool to have this on Blu-ray. This was by one of Saturn's Core, one of Vinegar Syndrome's sublabels. I think Blood Pigs is still my favorite of Brian's to this day. The Brain from 101 Films, the UK. Super fun film. This is a double dip upgrade. We had the Scream Factory one, but you guys know I like, what's this case called again, Sheila?
Oh my god.
You can't forget. So the Brain in this
Put me on the
kind
spot.
of case that you guys know I love.
Skinavo.
She got it. It's a Skinavo, everybody. Drink up. What is a Skinavo case? It doesn't have the blue strip there. It's all artwork, right? It's the Criterion style case. So anyway, I like that. Comes with a booklet. Love the 101 films. It's a goofy 80s film, but, or is that early 90s? That I love. It was worth the upgrade. Not expensive. Burke and Hare from Kino Lorber. This was actually the first time watching. I know there's a lot of Burke and Hare themed films. This is the one from 72. I do love, very cheeky. This movie is so fucking British. Even the song, there's a theme song in this, which is like kind of like early, like over the top Rolling Stones or something, like Burke and Hare. It's like ridiculous. It's like played a couple times in the film. It's crazy. The coolest thing I think about this one, it's a fun one. It's definitely more like on the goofy side, but it has the lead actress from Joan Rowland's The Iron Rose, who I adore. So it was kind of cool seeing her. I think it's the only other movie I've seen her in. So that's kind of like the highlight of that one for me. And that Burke and Hare song. From Vinegar Syndrome, Wings Hauser, R.I.P. Right? Didn't he pass away last year or early this year? I don't remember. But Wings always comes through. Lives up to his wonderful name. This is the Carpenter. This was the first time I watched. Shelley, you didn't watch this, did you?
I don't think I did.
So kind of a slasher. He plays a carpenter. Self-explanatory. But it's a lot of fun. You know, Wings, he just goes for it. And great artwork. So that was super. You gotta watch that, Shelley.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we watch it tonight.
Yeah, I'll put that aside.
Celia from Second Run Films, which to me, over the years, I've always called them like the poor man's Criterion. They do a great job. They've been around like since the early days of physical media, starting with just DVDs anyway. But they put out a lot of like Criterion worthy genre films. In some cases, like they're the only label that releases, like Morgiana, for example. I first got them from Second Run, the Cremator, so a lot of European stuff. This is a great coming of age film. I never had it was either like Anchor Bay or Synapse. I can't remember. One of those, or Shriek Show maybe. One of those early double packs had Celia on it back in the day. Never had that, but awesome coming of age, fucked up film with a great performance by the young actress. Coming soon by, of course, Error 444. I always leave out 4 when I talk about it's 4444. I always just do 3 4s. So I'm sure someone out there is like, you fucking asshole. So coming soon, Love Theater, when the film takes place in a movie theater. And this is in that Thai box set. So I had actually bought this before that because I just love Error 4444. Anyway, so I hadn't seen this film, so now I have it twice, but this awesome film was great. Cool Thai horror film. Creep, another one, Christopher Smith, Umbrella, again giving his first 4 horror films, which I think are his 4 best. He had a long hiatus, and he's done some recently, but I think those first 4 are his best. Severance, Creep, Severance, Black Death, and The Triangle. Anyway, so I do wish I would have gotten the deluxe version of Creep, but oh well, that's still awesome. Devil Doll, to me one of the creepiest black and white films, right? The doll in this, which is someone in a puppet suit, so when he gets up and walks, it's just so creepy. So I love this film for a long time, one of my favorites of the 60s, and Vinegar Syndrome putting it out on Blu-ray, and then you get Curse of the Voodoo as a double feature. I like how they give each film its own side, so that's cool. But I think it was done by either the same director or same producer. Voodoo is all right, not bad, but it's definitely awesome to have Devil Doll finally on Blu-ray. Love that film. The Damned from this year. I know this had a limited theatrical run. I loved it. I know a lot of people kind of said it was just kind of like, I don't know, boring. Or I loved it. Definitely more of an atmospheric film. Yeah, definitely like a top 4 of the year so far. Disembodied from Bleeding Skull. You all know. Self-label Vinegar Syndrome. I like this. This was a first-time watch. It was super fun. On 4K, which is crazy. Just low budget. I think this is SOV. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I enjoyed it very much. I think you would really like that one. Cool practical effects, like a brain. Double Face, Ricardo Fredo. This is actually the first time watch after all these years. With Klaus Kinski, who I think my favorite films of his were definitely his Italian produced ones. Double Face, Ricardo Fredo. Very cool movie. From Arrow Video. Dr. Vampire. Again, it's weird seeing these because I forget some of these we literally got like, what, 5 or 6 months ago. So they've been sitting in these piles. Dr. Vampire. I've told you over the last couple of years I've really gotten into these kind of like slapsticky, goofy vampire films. They're just fun, especially in this day and age. I'm definitely more open to trying to laugh. So, Chars, Dress to Kill, great De Palma classic, of course. I think we only had the DVD of this one before. I don't remember. I love this artwork. Look at that. I would love a poster of that. Classic De Palma, of course, Giallo-esque film. Great release by Arrow. Classic poster on the front. Looked great. Looked really good. Another one from Arrow 4444. Egg. You watched this with me. That was definitely an interesting one. Super cool. Creative. Highly recommended. I mean, obviously, if you guys are into Asian cinema, you know all about Arrow 4444 and what they're doing. Can't wait for their releases. Their previous pre-orders that I guess are kind of delayed right now, but I'll definitely always grab their stuff, their releases. This one of my most anticipated releases of a film I haven't seen yet, Evil Clutch. So again, this is by is that same label that released the other medium book? Sinistrange. Anyway, this is an Italian horror film from 1989. Practical effects, of course. Never seen it. Check out the trailer for this, guys. Look at that guy. You can see him. The bulging eyes. Like, watch the trailer for this, and I guarantee you you're going to go pick this up. And I think it's still available from Laura Belisle's website. If it's not still available, I got mine from Diabolic. But so I'm so excited. Definitely saving. This is definitely going to be a headliner for some movie night in October. So you guys do that. You guys save anticipated new watches for October every year. I do it. And here's another one. Right off the bat, Freckled Max and the Spooks. No, check that trailer out. I want to say that it's either a Polish film or a Russian film, but anyway, this is put out by Deaf Crocodile, which has been putting out some really cool stuff. Yeah, check out the trailer for this film. Is that like one of the best titles ever?
It is awesome.
Freckled Max and the Spooks. Sounds like a weird
cartoon.
No, like obscure jazz band from like the mid 60s or something, like gypsy jazz or acid. I don't know.
Acid jazz.
Bass player in that band is amazing.
Yeah.
Frostbiter, Wrath of the Wendigo. I love Wendigo themed films. This is from Vinegar Syndrome, low budget. I think it's from Minnesota, so one of those kind of regional horrors. Thought it was really cool. Like latex effects and stuff like that. So really cool. Great winter film. So that was super fun. I don't know if you watched that.
I don't think so.
It's from this year, Garden of Eden. Some really good visuals, some bad writing, some bad acting. It has Sarah Nicklin in it, who I like. This is by Marcel Walls, who's kind of a newer director. I will say it's all essentially, there's like folklore elements to it in that kind of midsummer type way, but it's all about the gore. Great gore effects. If you're a gore hound, highly recommended. And definitely would be at least nominated for best gore effects this year. Not the best film as a whole, but Godzilla versus Biollante. We watched this down in our Metropole theater downstairs. Looked great. I didn't even know this released by Criterion. I think it's so cool, and it was really unexpected for me. I didn't know they released this until I saw someone post it on Instagram that this came out. I was like, it's Criterion for real? Anyway, it's just super cool plant monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go Down Death. I've never seen this one. This will be a first time watch. Love this slipcover. Love the artwork. What year is this from? So this is mid 2Ks. But I thought I really loved that artwork too. Thought the premise sounded really cool. Seems more kind of artsy, but excited for that. Grafted, another one from Umbrella. Cool film. I know this streamed like last year and was on a lot of people's lists. I didn't love it, but it was pretty cool. Definitely worthy for the collection. 4K of Graveyard Shift. I think we all love this one, right? Stephen King's. Got some cats doing some shit behind us. Love that, of course, the classic artwork. So great release by Kino Lorber. Thought it looked great. Great effects, of course, and it's a great cast, ensemble cast. There's an upgrade. Again, we have way too vast of a collection to, well, we got to get that 4K. Like, it'd be impossible. So we got to pick our spots with what we upgrade to 4K to. We certainly love living the 4K life right now. But yeah, we can't get everything we already have on 4K. But anyway, I got this for real cheap. House of Seven Corpses, fun, kind of meta because they're shooting a horror movie, then horror starts happening in reality. Love the final act of this one. A guy making a horror film and it ends up being at a cursed site. So House of Seven Corpses, cool slipcover. That's by Dark Force Entertainment. Hysteria. This is a early 60s black and white film that I've never seen. I've wanted to see it for. This has been one of those ones that I've wanted to buy for literally 20 years. And it's a pretty old archive collection. No Blu-ray on this one, but having a horror thriller that I've never seen before, a great name. There's an actress I really like in this. So we might watch. This is by Freddie Francis too, who everything he does within the genre has been amazing. I think I'll watch this weekend. One of the ones I love from this year, I Will Never Leave You Alone. I love when Arrow puts out a brand new modern film. They usually make good decisions on what they put out. Love this, highly recommended. Will definitely be up for a few nominations come January in our award show. This is one that came out a few years ago, but this is its first time on a physical release. In Flames, it's called, not the band. Pakistani film. I watched this. Kind of similar to, in some ways, to like Holy Spider, where it kind of like in the culture shows how women are obsequious to men, while Holy Spider was way more provocative and a little more potent, and it used a true life serial killer story to kind of frame that social dynamic that they have in Iran. In this one, similar in that they show that where women are in that hierarchy, unfortunately, but they do it with a more supernatural, a little more subtle element. So I think if you liked Holy Spider and getting some cultural perspective, genre-wise, I think you would like this one. I just don't think, definitely not as impactful as Holy Spider was, but nonetheless super cool. By Yellow Veil Pictures, which is definitely one of my favorite. Almost dropped it. I did drop it. Favorite sub-labels from Vinegar Syndrome. Invasion of the Bee Girls from Kino Lorber. Love that artwork, super cool. Loved this DVD back in the day. I was on one of those multi-packs. So this was super cool. I hadn't seen that in a long time. This was given to me by our friend Sam, so thank you. Yes, this 4K of it came from outer space. So we definitely give him some of our doubles that we have of like DVDs and stuff when we do upgrades. So big movie fan, so thank you for giving us that. We got to watch that on 4K. Another one from this year, It Feeds. I watched this the other day. Ashley Greene from, I'm not even going to say what she's known for because it probably drives her nuts. There's a certain very popular film from many years ago that was a book adaptation. But I'm not going to say what it is because out of respect for Ashley Greene.
Who's
I think
the
she's
writer
good.
of that book?
I won't say. Anyway, I like this. Very derivative film, but there's a cool, it's kind of like one of those, which probably, I know some people are probably getting sick of, kind of using grief as a manifestation of a creature. Done probably one of the best with the Babadook, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, particularly final act, and there's some really good set pieces and some practical effects too. Love this release. R.I.P. Robert Hall. Laid to rest. John and I are huge fans of these two films. There was supposed to be a third one, which unfortunately never happened after his death. We love these slashers, and it was cool We have several DVD editions of it, but this is the first time Blu-ray. I actually like that they're together in a double feature, and love that artwork. It's a German release, I believe, in the Scanavo case. We got our new cat behind it, the Witch of the Woods, Witch of the Wood, named of course after Robert Eggers' The Witch, and she is a kitten, 4 months old now.
4 months.
Anyway, so say hello to the Witch of the Wood.
Charge to the witch.
Looky Lou from Scream Team Releasing. This was a cool kind of like serial killer found footage. I liked it. Signed edition. I believe it's still on their website. Again, with Scream Team, a lot of low budget stuff. They always vary in quality, but generally speaking, I at least enjoy them all. They always stay in the collection, so recommended. That was a cool, creative found footage one. The Mansion of Madness from Vinegar Syndrome. Great to finally have this one. It's a shame. This is from the director of Alucarda, which I think is one of the greatest Mexican horror films ever made. Unfortunately, that artwork. Unfortunately, it appears that they were unable to get any of the print, so I think we'll be stuck with the DVD forever. Better than nothing. But you know, if I were to like in a fantasy world, I would have a 4K of Alucarda, of course. Love this film. This was a first-time watch. Third Window Films, which is again I think an underrated label that puts out Asian stuff. Mermaid Legend. Shall you guys see this one? I always say no one does revenge films like the Asians, and this is to see this one. I remember hearing about this film like back in the day and almost buying a bootleg of it. I remember thinking too, was it like a mermaid film? It is not, but basically a wife of a fisherman. A fisherman gets murdered over money by business fuck ups, oligarchy bullshit, and she goes on a revenge spree, and the final act is fucking amazing. Funny thing is, Error, I'll just say 4 times 4. Error 4 times has put a new release of this out. This came after I purchased this, of course, and the thing is, I love this film so much, I will double dip and get that because it's got the cool artwork and stuff. That's the one that sucks about Third Window. They generally don't have great artwork, but anyway, highly recommended. Get that film if you haven't yet. Awesome. If you love revenge film, Asian style, has that gravitas to it. Murder Rock, what a great 4K release. Shelly and I watched this. Looks amazing on 4K. I honestly forgot how much I love this film. It's definitely like, let's say like Fulci's like horror Footloose or Flashdance, right? It's like Olga Carlatos, great kills. Definitely one of his, I think, one of his later best films. Great soundtrack. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Stylish. Amazing release by Vinegar Syndrome. Another one, amazing release. The Nesting. Love this film. Excuse me. This was definitely a 4K upgrade I wanted. Any film that contains box, air, musical piece, I don't like it. I love that film. The lead actress is great. Never Hike Alone Part 2. Funny quick story I will say about this. I have the first one. I have the one that's in the snow. Was it Never Hike in the Snow or whatever? So funny is, I thought this has Tom Matthews in it, by the way. Reprising the role of what's the role?
Jason.
Not Jason. He's sorry, brain fart. His role in the film, Tommy Jarvis.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I thought I pre-ordered this and then like didn't come in. Long story short, Matt from Union Horror Movies, great dude. How you doing, Matt? He showed that he had an extra one, like 2 editions of it, and I was like, oh shit. And he was willing to. So I messaged him. He's willing to sell it to me. Sold to me for what he paid. So thank you, Matt. And of course, what happens? 2 weeks later, the old like Indiegogo campaign Blu-ray arrives with the autograph, the red case. I'm like, but then it was like years ago, so I couldn't fucking remember that I did it. So ironically, literally like a week and a half after I bought this from Matt, this came in. So anyway, if there's any of you out there that are interested in this one, I'll sell it to you for what I paid for it. So
DM.
anyway, I still gotta watch that. Oh man, Third Window Films again. So there's a film I just watched the other night. Sorry, my voice is cracking. Not playing shows out right now, so I don't talk this much really. So this is New Religion and New Mirrors. New Religion is the first film. New Mirrors is a short film sequel, but New Religion blew me away. Watched it the other night. Love that artwork. I love a poster of that. Blew me away. This is a Japanese film from a few years back. I'll describe it. Definitely a strange film. woman who is a model. Some weird things start happening. Some people start getting killed. That's all I'll say. It's definitely very artsy. I don't want to say giallo elements, but kind of, you know, artsy crime horror film. But looks great. Lots of red. So in that regard, looks very Bava-esque, Argento-esque. Lead actress is great. She has a very likable boyfriend. I love the film. Blew me away. It's probably going to be like my latest obsession, where I'll watch it like once a month for a year. Nightmare Circus, another one from Dark Force. 4K. I love this film. It has that gritty 70 exploitation feel, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Of course, not at that level, but I always love Andrew Prine. He's really good as the bad guy in this one. He usually plays the hero. Night Has Thousand Eyes. Scanava case. Indicator release. Great black and white film from the 40s. I love the actress in this, Gail Russell. If you're unfamiliar with her, gorgeous actress. Kind of reluctantly got into acting because of her parents. And because of that, because she was kind of like forced into being a star, and she handled it by becoming a big-time alcoholic and sadly died young. I'd really love to do when I get back into my podcast, I'd love to do an episode on her. But she was in a few horror films, and this is one of them, and it's fantastic. And thing is, she was actually a good actress, even though she didn't think she was. Night of the Creeps, of course, had to upgrade that. I love this slipcover. I love that artwork, so cool. Scream Factory, of course, had to double dip on this. We have the nice Eureka Blu-ray, but we love Night of the Creeps. No brainer for the 4K on that one. Night of Fear, love this one. Kind of it's an Aussie film, but it's like not quite full length. I want to say it's like 50 minutes or just under an hour, which is a shame because I love it. Another one that's kind of in that Texas Chainsaw gritty 70s vibe. Into the Damned is another one. So super cool release. This used to be an old double DVD that I used to have, but I love Night of Fear very much. I might have said Night of the Damned, I don't know. Nosferatu 4K. If you watch this show, you know how much we love this one. Of course, Robert Eggers, who was nominated for Best Picture on our awards last year. Let's go through. Orca 4K. We watched this the other night. We love Orca, right?
It's awesome.
Another woke horror film.
Yep.
But great effects. Seeing what's her name? Bo Derek get her leg ripped off. And it's cool. It has an awesome story. Like, I love kind of the revenge, but also how, like, you know, killer whales are very smart, and they're the only like other mammal that like actually kills out of anger, out of revenge, that has that feeling. So I love how they did it. Just classic. I will say, I don't think it was like one of our better looking 4Ks, but this one, Pater Noster from last year. And this, had I known this, you guys know I'm pretty much up on things, but I think this might have been released last year, late last year. I'm kind of mad because this definitely probably would have at least gotten a best low budget nomination. But super cool, stylish, great cinematography, colors, kind of cult film. So Pater Noster and the Mission of Light, highly recommended. Pinocchio 964, old school kind of cyberpunk Japanese classic, which has suddenly gotten like multiple upgrades now, which is cool. I had the DVD forever. I think Shelly just watched this for the first time when we watched this. You loved it, right?
Yeah,
Great,
it was
love
awesome.
this guy. Great score, frenetic pacing, kind of like that. I was going to compare it to what do you call it? I forget.
Another movie?
Yeah, another Japanese. Tetsuo. It just has that, like, you know, that frenetic vibe. So I highly recommend it if you've never seen that. I love that. I love the 88 Films edition. Possessed under Joel Delaney, great film. More obscure 70s horror film. Shirley MacLaine. I always say I love when actors that aren't generally known for the genre end up in a great genre film. And this is the case with Shirley MacLaine, who's great in this. Haven't watched this upgrade yet, but an awesome film. And I love that slipcover. Super cool. Plowing Through, Rampo Noir. Great contemporary Japanese anthology based on the writer Rampo. Love this. It's funny. I rewatched the DVD. Birds. I'd rewatched the DVD of this shortly before this Blu-ray came out, so that was cool. All right, plugging along. Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter. I won't show this all, but because this has been out for a long time. But TerrorVision, great release. This was actually a first time watch for me, guys. So Shelly and I watched this in the theater, and as ridiculous as lived up to its ridiculous title, right, Shelly?
Mm-hmm.
From this year, we watched this recently, The Rule of Jenny Penn.
Yes.
How cool is it to see John Lithgow and what's his name?
Wait.
Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Rush.
Jeffrey Rush. Seeing them like at their age in a horror film and a damn good one, and seeing them play off each other. What did I say? It was like grumpy old men horror, the horror movie, kind of, you know.
And they were executive producers.
Yeah, so they were like on board, kind of definitely more of a low budget, you know, compared to
Yeah.
what they're usually doing.
The
So
extras on that.
yeah,
one
there's some
were
really good interviews on this, and both came across as really great guys. Of course, two legendary actors, but they both just came across as super cool and not like condescending or we did a horror film. You know, they definitely two great performances, and we'll definitely be giving some nominations on that. I'll try to go quicker. Saint War, another one from this is AGFA, but kind of in the Bleeding Skull realm. This was super weird, super cool, low budget, kind of like just like 70s cult, weird avant-garde film. Great vibe. I like the score. Super low budget, but definitely if you're into like vibey, obscure type films, definitely grab that one. See People, hell yeah. She'll attest to this because sometimes she'll just be like on TikTok or something, or maybe she recently got into crocheting. You know, hey, check out this coaster that she did. If you guys want this, if you want any, $19.99, free shipping. So
DM.
yeah, slipping in my DM, I'll send you one. Anyway, there's these films that like, right? I'll just comfort horror personified, right? She'll be like, didn't you just watch this like the other night? It's like, no, it was like 2 weeks ago. See People would be one of those. Late at night, gotta get up early for work. I just want to throw on a fun horror film that I love, and this is definitely going to be one of those ones that I watch a lot. Super cheesy, great effects, but I love the cast. I love when a super uber cheesy movie and the cast like totally plays it straight. Doesn't seem like they're embarrassed to be in it. That's one of those films. So a full moon film. Had the Blu-ray of this, but I wanted to upgrade to 80 films. This awesome hardbox edition. I'll probably give Sam the our old Blu-ray. Any of you else love to see People? Severance, again, Christopher Smith's early films getting due. This was, Umbrella did release this as well in a deluxe edition. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of regret that I didn't get all four of those like box set editions, but how can I complain when you have this as a consolation prize from Vinegar Syndrome? Or no, this is a sub-label. No one cares. Anyway, so it's early. Christopher Smith's second horror film, kind of a comedy. A bunch of work people going to, what do they call it, like development?
Retreat.
You know, what staff development, morale. What is the actual term for like work?
I don't know.
You know, group co-workers. What
I
do they
don't
call
do
it?
them,
Team
so-
builder, I guess you
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
Anyway, super fun film. The Shining. There's another one from Sam, so thank you, Sam, giving us The Shining in 4K. Obviously, one we would have definitely upgraded, of course, on that one. But I thank you, Sam, for that. We don't have to now. Shudder, love this. Is it a Japanese film or is it Korean? I think it's Korean. But anyway, nice release of Shudder. Love this film. I think this is Japanese. This also got a release by Umbrella recently, and I will do my best to not double dip. I will not. I'm not going to. We can't. We don't. You know, we got a lot of shit going on right now, unfortunately. So this could be the last update you see from us for like a really long time. There's nothing funny about that. It's sad, but seriously, like going through shit. You guys know how it is. Not the best of times right now, but that's why I'm grateful to show off this sack right now. Sissy, this one best foreign on the award show a couple years ago. I think it was an Australian film. This was put out by, so this is a Shudder release from Vinegar Syndrome. This one blew me away. I wasn't expecting to be as great. And this is how Finchie and I, my co-host on the award show, we do our pre-award kind of thing where we, figure out who's going to win. This was a lot of fun discussing this film and ended up winning Best Foreign. So if you haven't seen this, please, there's a DVD out, but super cool edition. Please check it out. It's awesome. There's some great practical effects, particularly in the final act. Slasher Days of Summer is a DVD. I haven't opened this yet. This is a low budget slasher that was actually filmed in the Western New York area, and our daughter, our amazing talented daughter, I believe she was AD on this one. She, besides doing her own films, she's of course getting a lot of experience working on other people's films, and she's gotten a lot of, because of the work on her own films, people want her to help out with their films, and she's gotten a lot of AD work. So this is a very low budget slash film. I've yet to see it, but cool to have that. She was AD on it. Solitude from this year, low budget film. Definitely not the best. I guess this would say right now this would be under the honorable mention list on my award show. I think it's good enough to have in your collection, but in particular, if you're like me, you really like the Wendigo lore in your horror. That's what this kind of a quasi found footage with a Wendigo. Lead actress is really good, but script ain't that great. But if you're, I would say recommend it for diehards of like the Wendigo folklore. The Soul Hanger, another one from Bleeding Skull. I didn't love this one, not as much as one of those other ones that I showed earlier, which I can't remember. But it's cool SOB. It's fun. And there's some fun, cheap effects. Here's another one of my awards that won Best Indie that year, which would have been probably like 3 years ago. Spoonful of Sugar. We love this one. Lead actress, so great. Such a creative story about a babysitter. And I'll leave it at that. She ends up with a very interesting kid that she's babysitting. I'll leave it at that. Highly recommended. Please pick this edition up. I had the DVD, so I love seeing films that get an upgrade after my award show years later. I still think Shudder like creeps on me.
They want you.
I feel like I should work for Shudder. I feel like Golden Horn Awards should like get sponsored by Shudder, and then anyway, go write Shudder, blitz them people. Write Shudder, slip in their DMs, and just say, check out the Golden Horn Awards. This guy's been doing this for 15 years. That's it.
They need to produce them.
Yeah, just get me out there, man. Storm Warning. Look at this. We love this film here. Right, Volvo?
Mm-hmm.
Another great release by Umbrella. They're really becoming the kings of like, not just boxes, but like deluxe editions for these just single film. But we've had that old Dimension Extreme one for, however many years it's been now. Is that 20 or 20 now probably? That's that classic artwork of that one. But look at this beautiful artwork there. And it comes with a booklet, and it comes with a two-sided poster, which is super cool, which we're definitely going to take advantage of and frame. We love that one. Street Trash from this year. This is a sequel to the original Street Trash. It was not a remake, but this was super cool, so you got to watch this one. We're not talking about like Best Picture nomination here, but it was super cool. I thought they kind of matched the good vibe of the original, and of course, mostly practical effects and lots of gooey stuff. And definitely recommend it if you haven't grabbed that one yet. The Strings one I had heard about a couple years ago. Just unfortunately now got the physical release, but better late than never. An indie film. I don't remember where it's from. This is from the Shudder label, but look at this. Love the artwork. I love this artwork in particular. I know music is involved in the premise, but yeah, super excited for this one. Probably another one I'll save for October. Sugar Hill. Super cool. I think I had this on one of those like cheap, like super cheap multi-packs with like 20 or 50 movies. So classic blaxploitation zombie voodoo movie. Have you ever seen Sugar Hill?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we should watch this
Yeah.
tonight or this weekend. And
Put it in the stack.
Kino Lorber. So super cool. The Swerve. I have to see this one. Another one from a few years ago that just recently got a release. I know it's based about a young mother who essentially spirals out with mental illness, and is someone who is fucked in the head. I generally gravitate, and even though sometimes it can be hard to watch, I definitely like to see when the horror genre tackles aspects of mental illness, and I heard that this lead actress gives an amazing performance, so I haven't watched it yet. Got this probably like 8 months ago or something, but anyway, like that cover, kind of minimalist. The Swerve, a few more people. Thanks for watching. The Tale of Oa's Ghost, awesome release. Definitely will be nominated for Best Release of the Year. I love what Radiance is doing with it. Again, Asian horror cinema in general, the last couple of years has really been getting great treatment, and not just upgrades, like a lot of stuff that I've never seen before, or long overdue to get a release is a black and white ghost film. Again, one of those. This particular ghost tale has been told many times. I'm just, if I can quickly see the title, like This adaptation has been done multiple times, and another great version of that. Highly recommend it if you love black and white ghost stories, particularly Asian ones. The Terranauts, definitely one of the more like surprising and fun. You want to talk about like just cheesy as fuck, and definitely was surprised at this. I know you gotta see this.
Yeah.
Awful, awful effects, awful costumes, super cheap. The type of like, I mean, I don't know if I'd quite say Ed Wood quality, but definitely a type of set where, like, actors shouldn't get too close to that post because if he hits it, if it doesn't fall, it's gonna shake. That type of thing, right? So rubber suits and like plastic buttons
Really
and
cheap
space.
looking.
Yeah. A gorgeous edition. Definitely, that had to be on MST 3000. Like, it had to be one of those.
Yeah.
But I tend to generally love the films that they make fun of. So
I
Which
feel
one?
like I watched this.
maybe you did
I
watch it.
remember
with me.
this thing.
Very 60s.
Yeah.
Very low budget, but super cool. I adore this film. It's one of my favorite vampire films of all time. One of my favorite Australian films of all time. Thirst, very stylish, great cast. So well shot, great set pieces, great blood shower, which is what that artwork is from. So Indicator, definitely one of those ones that without a doubt was going to get the 4K upgrade from us. Tourist Trap, another one we actually watched recently. We had loved this film for a long time. I think it's a perfect
Summer.
summer, I mean, what do you call it? Kind of a quasi slasher, but one thing I love about this, it has, I think, genuine creepy scenes and a lot of mannequins, and I love fucking mannequins in horror movies. A great release by 101 Films, upgrading the Full Moon one. A shame that I'm assuming there isn't going to be a 4K of this film, because I feel like it would have happened by now. But if there is, we'll definitely get it if that ever happens. A couple more, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We're getting hungry here. The Triangle, again, 4 of the 4 Christopher Smith films. So I got 2 of the 4 deluxe editions. I wish I would have just got them all, but I have 2 of the 4, and nice ones of the other. Definitely a very kind of like meta film, twist after twist, one of those kind of like time lapse type films, which at the time this came out was more creative. It's been done a lot since, but another great release by Umbrella, given respect to British director Christopher Smith. Venom, I love this film. One more kind of like obscure British 70s horror films by Peter Sykes. Lead actor is really great. Spider, of course, has a big part of this film. And you're probably noticing, right? Man, Tom, look at that purple case. Where did you get that? Well, of course, I got it from eBay. I bought Purple Rain, the Prince classic, right? For super cheap. Strictly for this. I mean, I like Purple Rain, but I don't fucking want to own it. So I got it, Purple Rain, for the purple case, and funny thing was, I wanted it just for this movie. I knew exactly what movie I was going to put in it. It was Venom. And then I included Purple Rain Blu-ray in our last send back to Orbit, which takes used Blu-rays, DVDs, by the way. They'll give you a quote. Just order them. Orbit. Or forget that. I was going to give you the email. I was going to a nice little plug for Orbit, but I forget the email right now. But anyway, so that's what I did.
Gmail.com.
At Gmail. I think it might be that. Or Orbit at something. Anyway, it's super cool, you know, to get something back. Basically get store credit for when you do all these upgrades. You don't want to keep them, you know, multiple editions. You can at least get some money back. VHS Beyond, the latest of the VHS franchise. We're big fans of it. To varying degrees, of course, but there hasn't been any that I straight up, like, disliked. Of course, with anthologies, their biggest weakness, right, is how hit or miss they are individually. But so I haven't watched this one yet, but I'm sure we'll at least like it. Shiny slipcover. One of my favorites of the year so far, the Vortilac. Please go buy. This is from Collide.
It says it right on the front. Oscilloscope.
It's a European label, so super nice edition. Cool, very European influence. It's a French film. So look at that artwork, love it. If you haven't seen this film yet, please check it out. I know it did stream and play festivals last year, but I'm gonna count it for this year with its physical release for my awards. So it's definitely Best Picture caliber film. Lead actor's great, a lot of great characters. There's some, I'll just say, surprising practical effects that I definitely didn't expect it going into it. Great score, final act, awesome Euro influenced vampire film. Last couple guys, Weird Vision Society, low budget anthology films, was super cool. Good practical effects. I love that cover art, kind of Black Sabbathian. talking about Ozzy. Again, Chars,
Chars.
RIP to Ozzy. Sorry guys, of course we can't do a video without there being some type of technical glitch. Very last one, White Cannibal Queen, some classic Italian jungle exploitation. This one from Jess Franco. Love the Al Clivers in this. But so I had the, is this like called like just Cannibals or something on the old DVD? Anyway, definitely had to upgrade. You guys know me. If it's Italian, we're gonna upgrade it. Great. Definitely. I mean, we're talking not Franco's best, not the best cannibal jungle film best, but it's still definitely worthy to have. That's it, guys. You did pretty well. Kept it to about an hour. Thanks so much for watching. We're in the middle of summer. We know something good's coming up, right? October, our favorite time of year, is on the horizon at least. So that'll be fun. We'll definitely try to do a video tour. I know a lot of people have wanted that video store or a nightmare video in our basement of our collection room. I don't think the museum is quite as ready yet. I'd rather wait on that, but I know a lot of you have wanted to see the video store of our collection. I'll definitely try to do that. Maybe in October we'll do that, and we'll definitely, with something that happened, luckily none of our collection got ruined, but we'll definitely have some not remodeling, but some minor moving around.
House damage happened.
Yeah, house damage happened in
that.
our most favorite spot in the basement. But again, we're grateful that nothing got ruined collection wise. But we got some moving around maybe to do, forced to do now, which is not a bad thing because we kind of wanted to anyway. But when that's done, so yeah, maybe October we'll do an episode with a full nightmare video tour, and I'll probably do another episode of Upgrade Me as soon as possible. So if you haven't seen those, check them out. 2 episodes about Asian horror that needs an upgrade, and with the way things are going, there's a good chance that will happen. But yeah, again, Chars to Ozzy, RIP. Thanks for watching. Hope you're all doing well here in the middle of summer. Stay scared, stay safe, be kind to each other. I'm out. Everybody, Chars.